Let's talk a little bit about ledgers. So we've been digging our footings, but we're working on this ledger. This ledger is actually attached. And a lot of decks will fail right here because of the improper attachment. So what we've done here is we've leveled this up. We actually took a laser. You could take a regular level, it's fine. We took a laser to get this this ledger, which is this board right here. Everything attaches to this. Our joists all attached to this. So this has to be attached properly. The proper connection in this case is a 5/8 inch bolt. We look at it and we actually calculate, and there's a calculation depending on how far it goes out. So for example, if you had your joist and it went 8 feet out, from this point to this point, your deck is 8 feet, then that would be 3 foot 6 inches, the measurement between these bolts. So 3 foot 6 is 42 inches. Ours is actually 12 feet. Now, we have dropped a drop girder. We're gonna put a drop girder in right here, which actually makes this, really this span is 6 feet. So we're beefing it up. We're doing that because the homeowner really wanted a super stiff deck on this. Perhaps later on, put some heavy items on this. I'm not sure. But in this case, we've drilled through. The other common mistake is that people think that brick is structural. So in this case, it's a veneer. It means that we've framed up the house. We've got a brick veneer on the outside. And so what happens, the failure point is people think we can just put an anchor into the brick. And you put enough people in here, you get enough torque, enough shear, it's gonna pull the anchor right out. So these bolts actually go all the way through. And if you look real tight, you can see the band of the house right in here. So you've got the brick, the band, so we're going through the band, and from down beneath, that's where we're actually putting in our galvanized, our 5/8 galvanized washer. Nut on the end of that, we're tightening it up. This is the proper way to attach this. Again, on the other side, before I drill, and I'm drilling right here, I'll have somebody on the other side spotting. And so with that spot, we're looking if we got any wires. We may have pulled wires away from the wall just so that we don't, get in trouble and hit these wires. I know that I've got an air conditioner slightly behind that. I've drilled through the ledger. We're gonna suck this in. I'm working on the brick right now. And this actually, I'll stop when I get to the other band, the actual existing band. This is a hammer drill. Put on your glasses, and you can see right here, I'm actually cutting through brick. I like to go through the mortar. It's a little bit easier to get through. In this case, looks like I might be catching a little bit of both. You always let the drill do the work for you. It's pounding like this. It's twisting, but it's also pounding. That's why it's called a hammer drill. So I'm at the other side. You might have noticed that the dust that came out was red, which is the brick. Right there at the tail end was some mortar, which was on the back side of the brick right there. And so I felt myself, and you can hear a little bit of a hollow when you hit that other side. So at this point, we'll take a wood drill, a little bit smaller because I don't want to mess up the bit on this brick, and we'll go through with a wood drill to make it all the way through. But before I do that, we're going to go get a spotter down beneath on the other side, making sure when we go through, we're not going to hit anything. Hey, thanks for being here. Make sure you put your ledgers in properly.